Hello everyone and welcome to this Video Sans Frontières video. Today we're going to be doing an episode of Jay in the Kitchen, and I realise it's actually been quite a long time, but today we're going to be working with baking potatoes. Now these are wood farm baking potatoes, and as the packaging might suggest, you can actually get it in focus here, these were grown in Scotland, which is brilliant. Now, the idea behind this video is that I'm going to show you a way that you can get beautiful, crispy baked potatoes without having to wait too long. See, because normally there's a couple of ways of actually preparing baked potatoes. Either you do them in the microwave, you get them done super quickly, but the skin is, well, basically that it has kind of no crispiness at all. Alternatively, you could do them in the oven, and that would take hours, and you'd be wasting electricity as well. You'd have to start them like 3 hours before you're wanting to eat. Really, it's a bit of a faff. So what we're going to do is a hybrid of the two. What we can do is start the tatties off in the microwave and then finish them up in the oven with a wee bit of aid from some olive oil and some salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this pack of baking potatoes. There we go. Now, what we need to do now is actually wash these off in the sink. Excellent. So now some tatties can have some wee kind of eyes on them, kind of the start of something growing. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's like, this is a trick, that I was taught, growing up. You just kind of gouge them out, run them under some water, kind of gouge out these unwanted eyes, so to speak, and, your tatties will be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to make sure that this tatty is clean. Bit of an odd shape. It's got a bit of a knobble on the top there. Bit odd. But I do believe that this tatty is ready for me to actually cook. So what I'm going to do is we'll jump cut back to where we were working before. Okay, so now here we go. We have the jacket tatty, we have the tatty ready to go in the microwave, but before we can actually put it in the microwave, we need to pierce it, along, quite a few points of the potato, just, make sure it doesn't explode. So what you do is you just kind of pierce it with a knife a few times. I probably do it too many times, but when you're hearing your tatty whistling in the microwave as it's being done, it's it does kind of make you a wee bit afeared. There we go. And get it at the bottom, and then pierce it a wee bit at the top as well. Just There we go. There we go. And I would say that now we're ready to put it in the microwave. Now, depending on the size of your baked potato, you know, you'll want to aim for, you know, kind of around about 2 minutes on each side. You know, depending on the size of your potato and, you know, how powerful your microwave is. Now, mind, my microwave is not one of the more powerful ones. And the vents are on the sides, by the way, if you're wondering, you know, things on top of it. I'm a stickler for that sort of thing. Anyway, so the microwave, this is a 750. So what I'm going to do is I'll stick this on for 2 minutes 30 on this side, and I'll flip it over and do another 2 minutes 30 on the other side. And while I'm doing that, I'll actually start it going. Why not? Alright, that's the tatty in the microwave. So while that's going, what I can do is I will line a baking tray with some tin foil so that the tatty can bake. And I suppose I can preheat the oven. You know, something like, I think something like between 150 and 200 should do it. I'm on electric, so yeah. So what I will do is I will jump cut and I'll come back to you when the tatty's microwaved, when the tatty has been microwaved fully. Now sometimes you might hear the tatty whistling and fizzing and all sorts. When I hear that, I'll usually give it a couple more holes. You know, just to be on the safe side. Oh, and just as a wee precaution, these tatties, when you're microwaving them, they will get very hot. No, seriously, they will. No compromise. Yeah. Whoopsie. Okay, so the jacket potato should be done now. Right. What we need to then do is grab a fresh tea towel, and what I'm going to do is, I'll pull the plate out of the microwave. Yes, that does smell delicious. Been such a while since I had jacket potato. And what you can do, you can kind of wrap it up. Basically just let it simmer down. Don't know if you can hear it on there. Seriously, anyone would think I'd just bung it in the microwave for a cumulative total of 5 minutes. Right. So with that done, what I can do now is add some olive oil. Now, oh yes, and some salt. Now, I know the best way to do this would be a pastry brush, but unfortunately as yet I don't have one. I did order one online, as you do. But until that gets to me, I'm just gonna have to wing it in a way. So what I'll do is I'll have a fork. I'll use a fork to kind of hold the potato steady while I'm working on it. And just, yeah, it's not the best way of doing things, but hey, it kind of works. Now, what this oil will do is help it to crisp up. There we go. And I know that's probably way too much oil. In fact, it is. But hey. And then just sprinkle it with a wee bit of salt on this side and on that side. There we go. Okay, what I've done is I actually changed the tin foil on the tray. The potato is still nicely oiled. So what I'm going to do now is throw it in the oven. And that'll stay there for about 20 minutes to half an hour. And I'll keep Whoops. I'll keep coming back and actually checking on it. Now, this microwave does not have a timer on it. It only times when it's actually running. But what I can do is use the timer on my phone when I'm not recording with it. So what I'll do is I'll set that going and I'll actually do some washing up while I'm waiting. I mean, that is one of the best pieces of advice I think I can give to you on this channel. It's clean as you go. Therefore, you know, when it's time to actually, you know, wash up after your meal, all you've really got to worry about is the plate and the knife and the fork that you use to eat said meal with. You know, if you clean as you go, that means there's less to do at the end. You know, when you fill up and you really don't want to be bothered with such things. Okay, so here it is about half an hour later. Now let's check in on the tatty. Would you look at that? All nice and crispy. Yeah, metal gets hot. It conducts heat. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Tell you what, I think it could do with 5 minutes more, only 5 minutes more. I'll give it 5 minutes more in the oven. And while I'm doing that, I can actually prepare the rest of the meal. Okay, so here is a can of tuna fish in brine. I've actually drained out all the brine. Did that off camera. And now basically it's just a case of try to scoop out all of the tuna fish. Excellent. And now we'll get some mayonnaise. Almonds. What we'll do close the fridge. And now that the tuna's been mashed up enough, is we will just kind of mix it all up so that it's all kind of lovely and moist, if you will. I'm really sorry, I know some people take issue with that word. But hey. There was a when the word moist was perfectly acceptable. Excellent. I guess I've done another wee blob. Excellent. So what I'll do now, I'll put the tuna off to one side and we'll prepare some salad to go with this. Open this salad. It's kind of still in cold. Just about. And my cucumber. Yeah, well, Aldi have always made it difficult to be able to kind of tell with cucumber. So basically what I can do is into vine tomatoes as well. What I can do is I can set up the salad bed for all this. Now, just in case now, I'm chopping off the end of the cucumber. Now, before I get 256 screenfuls of comments about how bad my cucumber cutting is, I already know I can't cut cucumber straight for anything. I just can't. Never been able to, so you know what? I guess life just goes on. There we go. Got a few bits of cucumber. Now I know I could buy a whole head of lettuce, but you know, for one person it's just not economical. So I've got this Italian salad instead. Very nice. And then we could add a tomato. To get it off of the vine, what you do is you just literally rotate the tomato. You hold the vine, rotate the tomato. I should have shown you that in video, but didn't. And then it just kind of comes clean off. Almost like you're unscrewing it. And then you can either slice it up into wedges, or do as I'm going to do here and just kind of have tomato slices. There you go. And that's the health food section of my food. There we go. And I've got to tell you, this smells absolutely delicious. Oh yeah. Reminds me of being a kid at home. Salad. Delicious. You know, my mum could always make the best salad sandwiches. They gained kind of a cult status, if you will. Wakefield salad sandwiches, and it seems that, and I've been told that I too make good salad sandwiches as well. So I guess I've carried on that recipe. Just Wakefield family tradition, where a dab hand with anything salady. Right. So this potato skin has completely crisped up now to my satisfaction, so I'll just transfer it to the plate. Look at that. It's not squishy really. I mean, it is still a bit, but it's crispy enough. I like it. Those 5 minutes, those extra few minutes, however long it took. Oh, that was worth it, man. Right. What I want to do now is I'll slice open the tatty. It's always a good idea to kind of slice it down the middle and then maybe do a couple of transverse incisions. Look at the steam rolling off of that. Ooh. So that basically means the tatty's open, and it actually makes it easier to add the filling. Now if you want, what you can do is add a tiny wee bit of butter or margarine to the taste. Because obviously we've made this healthy salad and we're going to load it full of mayonnaise and butter because logic. And that kind of softens the whole thing up. And then what we can do now is we can add the tuna mayonnaise filling. Once again, just try and scoop all the tuna out because your brains don't like tuna fish, and it's always good to try and help the water cycle complete itself over and over again. If you can do your bit to help Scottish water, then I'm sure they'll be very much pleased with your efforts. There we go. And what we can do, add a wee bit of cheese, and maybe, just maybe, a wee bit of coleslaw as well. And just in case you're wondering, I got all of these ingredients from Aldi. So it was very nice, very cheap, and you know, I'm not providing money to either Walmart or Tesco's or even Iceland, whose CEO said about Aldi. Iceland's CEO said, and I can't believe this, "We've beaten the Germans before and we'll do it again." So, while I may have said 3 years ago that Iceland were good, you know, they'd got J points for buying a Compact Armada 7750 MT, what I will say now is that they've lost every single one of them for being complete fascists and still believing that England is in some state of having a still full empire despite it being 1945 and 1966 all at the same time. Yeah. Anyway, here is the finished meal. Yummers! So with that, I think I'm going to go away and enjoy this, and I will see you all in my next video. If you've enjoyed watching, please feel free to subscribe, to like Videos on Frontier on Facebook, and to follow me on Twitter. The addresses will follow, but in the meantime, hope you've all enjoyed this video, and please feel free to join me for my next one. Cheery bye.